In this video I will show how you can get really almost new things on Amazon with a 20, 30 or even 50, 60% discounts. This video is part of the relaxed video series on Orange Klik channel, which we will be publishing mostly on the weekends so that you can relax and don't think too much about the Amazon strategies. Sometimes we'll have easy, interesting conversation, and sometimes we will share with you some tips and some other interesting observations which we find. So in this video I wanted to teach you not how to sell on Amazon, but how to buy things on Amazon cheaper. These tips work on Amazon.com, on Amazon European marketplaces, and I'm sure probably it will work on other regions as well. And the keyword for this will be warehouse deals. What is a warehouse deal? So whenever someone is shopping on Amazon, they have possibility to return the item if they don't like or for whatever reason within first 30 days. And the process of this is really easy. There are no questions asked. It's really simple, few clicks and you get a courier in front of your door next day and they pick up the package. And now whenever Amazon receives a product back to their warehouse, they cannot really sell that product as new because the packaging is broken, or at least, the security seals and stickers are cut and broken. The package sometimes also destroyed. What they do, they try to sell this product as new. And this becomes a warehouse deal, which usually is sold with maybe 10, 20, 30, and I have bought even with 60% discounts such deals, such offers. For example, if there is some equipment which has a lot of different parts and maybe one part is missing or one screw is missing, and for that reason they are offering the product really for the really cheap price. As an example, once I bought a holder for the bicycle for the top of the car. Usually the price was 40 euros. And I bought it for 7 euros and they shipped from a different European country to me for free because I had Prime membership. And imagine, that thing was really big, long, and the package was out of the normal size, and I paid just 7 euros to get the product and get it shipped from different European country for free. So Amazon doesn't earn money sometimes on these offers. So whenever you buy a warehouse deal, it doesn't mean that the product is destroyed or broken. Most of the time it is exactly new condition. Maybe someone used that product for one day, for one time, for 1 week, but most of the time it is really, sometimes it's literally just the packaging is broken and the person maybe unpacked and they realized it's a wrong color and they send it back, and Amazon offers that product with 20% discount. So one way to find the current Amazon warehouse deals is by entering warehouse deals in the search bar of Amazon, and it works on any marketplace. Warehouse deals. So this is German marketplace, this is .com, US marketplace, and you see you can look through the categories and see what products you would like to buy, but it is unlikely you will be shopping in this way. And now I would like to show other way how I find warehouse deals for the products which I really want to buy right now. And this is really useful, especially when you want to buy expensive items. So you can save really hundreds of dollars or euros. So for example, if I'm in German marketplace of Amazon and I'm looking for product which is called ATEM Mini Pro. It's something for live streaming or for producing videos. If you have several video streams and audio streams, and you can show different types of views on the screen. And this is kind of a switchboard. So for example, I'm looking to buy this product and the price I see 512 euros means is the price of the new product sold by Amazon or some third-party seller. But pay attention to the smaller font written price, and it says 464 and 16 used and new items. So what we do is we can click on this, and then here we see all the different options you can purchase from for this product. And as you see, the cheaper version, the cheapest 464, is exactly from warehouse deals. And that means that someone bought this product, or for some other reason, Amazon had to put it back to the market. Here we see another item which is also offered for a cheaper price. So if you buy this, you could save 10%. And now let's look if we, for example, want to search for Sony camera on Amazon US marketplace. So here we would write Sony camera, and for example, we're looking for a Sony Alpha A6400, and regular price is almost $1,300. But if I go inside the listing, at the bottom on the right sidebar, here we can see new and used, 26 offers. And you see the cheapest offer is $200 cheaper. So it means like 15-20% cheaper. And it is from Amazon warehouse. Here in the condition, also on the European marketplaces, this is a condition field where they explain what is different or wrong, or what kind of things you will find in this different from the new product. So it says small cosmetic imperfection on front of the camera body. That means that maybe they want to say there is a scratch. I bought really many warehouse deals, and I have never seen any scratch on these products. So mostly it is maybe some people, you will find a fingerprint. Okay, one time I was ordering a gimbal for a big camera, and it's a heavy product, and I could see that gimbal was used for some time, maybe for 2 weeks, and everything looked like it was used up, but I got really good deal for that. And usually here they write that there is maybe a cosmetic scratch. Here, for example, in German version, you can always translate with a Chrome browser. So it says that there are less than 1 centimeter kind of imperfection or scratches. Here is another option from the warehouse deals. They say that there is a scratch in front, at the top, in the back, on the side, and this one has less scratches, but I never saw really these scratches, and most of the time it's item in the perfect condition. Maybe it is possible that if it's a camera, maybe like maybe holder, this strap which you put around the neck to hold the camera, maybe this is missing and it's lost, but it's really small part which you can replace very easily and cheaply. Now, whenever you have this warehouse, you spotted a warehouse deal, you have 30 days to refund this item. So your purchase is safe, and you can enjoy camera much cheaper. Now, how to spot these warehouse deals without browsing too much? What I am using is a Chrome extension, browser extension called Keepa. They have a website, keepa.com. I think a lot of Amazon sellers have heard of this website, and they have an extension in the browser which shows you the history of prices. I used it often to see different, like Prime Day or something. If I see an item and I can double check if the price was raised because of Prime Day or Christmas. So it's really useful information. But also, besides the regular price, it has also information about warehouse deals which happened in the past. For example, this product. So you can see the blue line at the top is a new product, and at the bottom the purple box is a warehouse deals at specific time days in the past. So with the help of Keepa extension, you can set up tracking alerts whenever price is changing. And here, for example, this camera is $1,000, almost $1,300, but maybe you would like to get notification whenever the price goes below $1,150. And what is nice is that with this service, you can track and send to notification to your email, to your Telegram. So it's really useful extension. And if you are shopping on European marketplace, keep in mind that first, the price of the new item is very often different on different marketplaces on Amazon. So most of the time I'm comparing Amazon Germany, France, Italy, and Spain because they all make their prices in euros and it's easy to compare. So with Keepa, you can click on the globe icon and here you can see what is the current price of this item. This blue price is the current price in other marketplaces. And here it says 499 and here it says 512. It's because I'm browsing from Portugal, so it added additional VAT if they would ship to Portugal, because in Germany it would cost 499, but because in Portugal the VAT is 4% higher, thus I have here 13 euros more to pay because it will be arriving to Portugal and I have to pay Portuguese VAT. But now with this function you could track price in different marketplaces. And for example, I set up tracking, and let's say I'm interested to buy this product for at least 400, not more than 450 euros, and I would just wait and set up the tracking. And it will track in all 4 my selected marketplaces. Now, let's say you are interested to buy this for 464 Amazon warehouse. Interesting thing that in all 4 marketplaces which I'm comparing, this price can be really different. So let's see what price is displayed in Italian marketplace. Here it's 454, so it's already 10 euros cheaper than it was before. So if we look back, it was 464, and in Italian marketplace is 454, so 10 euros even cheaper. And then of course the shipping will be a little bit maybe more expensive. This makes sense to look at other marketplaces whenever you want to buy expensive item. For example, let's look at the Sony A7 camera. I purchased this camera in the past, and let's look at the new is 1,835. But if you would see what are the prices in other marketplaces, it's really like French marketplace is selling for 2,150. Change to Germany, it's 1,889. But for example, French will be 2,150. I see French marketplace has 150 euros coupon, but if there would be no coupon, theoretically, I would suggest for French buyer to buy from German marketplace, because there the camera is 300 euros cheaper or more. Now, let's see what's here, 1,750. This is not an Amazon warehouse deal, but this one, for example, is an Amazon warehouse deal and it's 70 euros cheaper. But I can tell you that this camera was original price, close to 2,000 euros. But I have set up Keepa notifications, and one day I got notification that there is a warehouse deal for 1,500, around that price. I looked at the German marketplace, it was warehouse deal for 1,500. I went to the French marketplace and Italian and Spanish, and I found that in all these 4 marketplaces, countries, the warehouse deal price was different by 50 or 100 euros. So basically I could maybe ship for free from Spanish warehouse deal offer, but if I choose Italian marketplace, I could get 100 euros discount and pay shipping only maybe like 15 euros. So it was still a big saving if I would have bought the same warehouse deal from different country website. So whenever there is a warehouse deal in European marketplaces, this warehouse deal appears in all websites of Amazon in Europe. So because they can ship very quickly, to between the countries. And that day I saw this camera for 1,500 euros as a warehouse deal, and I thought, wow, I'm saving 500 euros. It's amazing. And then I had an idea. Let's go to Amazon.nl Netherlands website And there, well, actually, look, if you are from Netherlands, you can buy a camera even cheaper, the new one. But the warehouse deal, which I was checking on Dutch website, the same warehouse deal was offered for 1,150 euros. So I was getting such an amazing deal, like almost 40% discount on this expensive camera. And then I went and I bought this warehouse deal camera on Dutch website. By the way, I would like to warn you that sometimes whenever you see a very cheap price of an expensive item and this price is offered by a third-party seller, it might be a scam. And I saw this myself whenever I was looking for this Sony a7 III camera. Normal price is 2,000 euros, and once in a while, every 5-7 days, I could see that there are popping up different sellers which are offering the same camera for 1,000 euros, and they mark it as a new camera. So they're offering like half the price, and I was a little bit suspicious. So to one of these sellers, I wrote a message through Amazon platform asking, how come you can offer it for so cheap? And after 5-7 days, I received an email from the original owner of the account, and they said, sorry for that, but our account was hacked. So what's happening, hackers get into the maybe old unused accounts and they list expensive items for very cheap price. And I'm not yet sure how they earn money, but I got two signals. One is that I think I read in some forums that what they do, if you purchase from them the expensive item, they will refund you and they will send you the email or message through Amazon platform saying that we're sorry, there was issue with payment, can you please transfer the money to this and this bank account? So they will try to ask you to send money directly to their bank account, so never do that. And another thing which I saw myself, so remember there was this condition section where you can write the description, what's wrong, or how this used item is different from the new one. So where Amazon usually writes that there are scratches, 1 centimeter size, and so on. In that field, I saw that it was written WhatsApp number. The seller put in the conditions, instead of putting information about the product, they wrote, before placing order, WhatsApp, and then the phone number. So basically they are trying to get people to contact them directly, and maybe, you know, person seeing this WhatsApp number, they would message that anonymous seller, the hacker of the some real account, and then they would commit by paying money to that scammer directly to the bank account. So be very careful and make sure that you use only warehouse deals to purchase things much cheaper. The problem with the Dutch website, if you're shopping in Europe, you cannot ship to Germany or other European countries besides Belgium and Netherlands. So from Amazon.nl Dutch website, you can ship only to these two countries. So if you see, for example, here, you see, you can get this camera for 1,600, while on other page, for example, in Spain, the price is 1,870. So it's almost 300 euros savings. The problem is that you would need someone in Netherlands or Belgium, your friend or, you know, acquaintance, who could receive the package, and then they would ship that package to you, to wherever you live, in Portugal or Germany or Poland. So this shipping would cost you just maybe 30-20 euros. By the way, there is important information to know that sometimes whenever you go to Amazon Netherlands website, if you are logged into your Amazon account, you might see something like this. It's the same exactly camera which we looked a moment ago. It says temporarily out of stock, but it's the same listing. It's Amazon Netherlands, the same camera, but for some reason it says temporarily out of stock. And the reason is that this product doesn't ship to Portugal. As I said, Dutch marketplace ships only to Belgium and Netherlands. So if you try to ship to Portugal, this is what is specified in the top left of Amazon website. Usually you can choose the different address there. So in my case, it says that I want to ship to Portugal. So it says temporarily out of stock. But if you will log out from Amazon Netherlands website, then you will see the price, or you can enter some fake address which is not maybe real, but important that you select Netherlands as a country and add some street and zip code, and then you can see the prices which are for Dutch shoppers. So this is really important information whenever you want to check for the price in Amazon Netherlands website. This is how I bought Sony a7 III camera for almost 50% discount. If you want to buy expensive product, this is a super duper good tip to save a lot of money and spend this money somewhere else. So I hope this tip was useful, and if you have any questions about how Amazon warehouse deals, or if something was not clear in my explanation, write a comment below the video. Also, if you find other ways how to find good discounts on Amazon, also share in the comments so we also can learn from you. And now, since we are in a relaxed mode and receiving information freely without thinking of Amazon strategies, I would like to invite you to watch this video, which was a funny creative video we did about magnet tool of helium-10. So have fun watching this. I hope it will be something different from what you see on other channels about helium-10.